Hey everyone, welcome back to this week's Simple Healthy Solution. I'm Sarah Sharma, and today we're talking about sugar. Now, sugar is always a hot topic, but what's really important about sugar and what we need to understand is the types of sugar that we're consuming along with the quantity of sugar. So it's not that you can't have any sugar in your diet. You can, and you do maybe need a little bit of it, but you don't really need in excess the way that our diet typically is laden in sugar. A lot of our products have added sugar, and that's what you're looking for. So the recommendation from the American Heart Association is that women should have no more than 6 teaspoons. This is a teaspoon, no more than 6. And men should not have any more than 9 teaspoons of added sugar per day. Now, obviously that's the maximum, and you can definitely go less than that, which is preferred because sugar does have an impact on your health. What does sugar do? Sugar can raise your blood sugar. It can create inflammation in the body, right? Increases the risk of diabetes, heart disease. So ideally we do want to reduce the amount of sugar that we take in. Now, what does this mean, right? So how do we do that? Reading the food label. Always read the food label. Look at the added sugar. So when you're adding sugar, it literally means that whatever the product is, they have added sugar to it. It is not the total number of sugar. Total sugar is a combination of the sugar that's found in nature as well as the sugar that you're adding to the product. So you may eat something like a yogurt where you may find that the total added sugar is 15 and the total sugar in the entire product is 25, right? So that means that there's 10 grams of sugar coming from nature and 15 that has been added to the yogurt, because yogurt does have natural sugars coming from milk, or maybe there's fruit in it. So that may contribute some of the natural sugar. Paying attention to where your sugar is coming from is really important. Now, a lot of times people will say to me they put honey in their tea. Does that count? Yes, it does, because honey is a sugar. It does give you sugar, although it has some health properties and maybe some health benefits. Honey still is considered a sugar, along with your maple syrup or your agave. Those are all still products that have sugar. When you are eating something that has a sugar alcohol, now sugar alcohols are derived from sugar, but they do not have the same impact on your blood sugar as your normal sugar does. So you may find that you are eating things like protein bars or any of your keto products that say sugar alcohol. That will be in a separate category than your total sugar. Now, sugar alcohols have been linked to some GI distress, maybe some bloating or gassiness, diarrhea. One of your sugar alcohols, like erythritol, has been linked to some heart disease issues as well as blood clotting issues. So paying attention to the quality of the sugar you're consuming. High fructose corn syrup, right? It's another buzzword we've heard. That one may have links to binge eating or compulsive eating behaviors. Because it is a cheaper source of sugar, it will be used often, and you'll see it in a lot of products. So look at the quality of the sugar that you're consuming. Cane sugar, less refined, less processed. Your maple syrup, right? Less processed. So maybe you want to use those types of sweeteners when you are sweetening your foods rather than high fructose corn syrup. Ideally, we're reading food labels, we're looking at the quality of the foods that we're consuming, and we are minimizing the overall intake of sugar. So when you go to Starbucks or any of your favorite coffee shops, look at how many teaspoons of sugar is really going into your product. Can you reduce that? Maybe less pumps. That will help reduce the amount of sugar you're consuming, but won't stop you from having that enjoyable latte. Pay attention to the portions, the quality. That's this week's Simple Healthy Solution. I'm Sarah Sharma. Thanks for watching.